marketing. I never put money into marketing because you guys never did. I did one time and I got 1% back. And then I realized that's not me. And it's just word of mouth.
Yeah.
It's where the loyalty comes.
But you tried a long way. You know,
What did you say?
what?
What did you say?
What did I say?
Me?
Yeah. You said it in a really high pitched, soft voice, and I wasn't sure what you said.
I think I said, you know what? We'll have to rewind it later and look at it. But yeah, not putting any money into marketing is word of mouth.
It's like a little bit.
It's the best.
Restaurant Punk, what's up?
Restaurant Punk.
Restaurant Punk.
What's up?
What's going on,
Mr.
fellas?
Ginsberg. Holy
Louie
shit.
Ginsberg.
Look, I
is here
feel like
today.
I haven't seen you guys, but I see you guys periodically, and it feels like I haven't not seen you for that long. You know what I mean?
No.
Well, you guys are good people.
Oh, I know that. I understood that.
So,
And it's really good to have Louie here today.
I miss him.
Wow.
I miss him. I
Cool.
miss him every day.
You know, it's not. No, it's true. I mean, I don't see anyone anymore, honestly.
Where you're so busy.
Yeah, the boys are crazy, so they keep us going, and then it's the shop, and then home, and then working out.
Well, I think for anybody watching that doesn't know Louie's been with us we've known him for about 15, 20 years, but we've worked together. We've worked together.
we've
helped
worked together.
open and establish some restaurants that we run, and then you just go off solo and rogue on your own and opening up side businesses.
You know, Yanni came to me one time and he wanted, because I was doing the screen print and design stuff.
Right.
And he was like, you know what, do you want to open up something? I said, as much as I love you guys, and if I was going to do anything with anyone, it would have been you guys to start, because you guys were basically my life for a good stint there.
We're still your life.
But I said, no, I said no.
You sure
No.
did.
And
You sure did.
I wasn't ready for it. I didn't want to jump into something that I wasn't that ready for. And then we waited, and then it became something
And
more.
now you're in
Bike shop,
bike shop,
print, design. Yeah.
printing, design.
What's the name of your business?
Riptide paddles and pedals.
Nice. And what does it entail?
Bikes and boards, paddles and pedals. Stand-up paddle boards, retail, rental, repair. Same with
And what's
bikes.
your screen printing and
Riptide
design?
Ink company.
Riptide Ink
Yeah.
and printing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's I'm just starting that, and it's been a challenge to prioritize, because I think I'm rather good at both, but now prioritizing which one first, and it's a juggling act right now.
Well, going from being an employee to running your own business to opening up a second branch and a third branch of that.
Mm-hmm.
Plus getting married and having 2 kids.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
right.
you know what?
family
At the
man.
end of it, though, I come home so early just to see the kids, so I don't have that aspect. So I think my balance of trying to do it all works out, because they go to sleep super early, like 7:30. So I just come back to the shop anyway.
And I'm just for
afterwards?
everybody else.
Yeah, well,
how
Sid's
old,
sleeping too. I mean, they're all sleeping.
how old are the kids?
2 and 4.
2 and 4.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, I was thinking about this since Lou is coming on today, and I'm like, how can I incorporate something with his businesses that he runs and the businesses that we run? And I think this is kind of a broad but unique answer to this.
Yeah.
Now, owning your own business
You're so professional
is
right now. It's crazy.
He's always been professional.
I know. Well then, okay, go on.
Is profit the only thing that matters?
So this has been coming
Wow,
up.
that was quick. You didn't even give me a chance to
because
breathe in and start a second sentence.
This has
So
been
please continue.
This has been a major topic the past 3 weeks.
Okay.
Oh.
And people are like, we're thinking about maybe going and traveling with the boys for a little bit, right? And then people are like, well, what's the shop going to do? And I'm going to do it in the off season. We'll do it and we'll come back. But they're like, okay, you're going to miss out on some sales. And I said, we opened the shop to have leniency. So we could leave if we wanted to. So being super profitable is that's why you start a business. I mean, you don't just go into something thinking like, let me make the littlest amount of money for the most amount of effort.
We could argue that, but that's another time, of course.
But at that time, you got to think it makes sense. It does too.
Well, you're your own boss. You could do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can make your own schedule.
There's a lot of times that Sid can't pick up the boys, and I shut the shop down. I couldn't do that if I worked for you guys.
That is correct.
Well, you want to go on a trip. Do you know what opportunity cost is? Are you familiar with that? Do you know what that is?
No.
Share with us.
So opportunity cost is Louie goes on a 1 week vacation. He's like, I got the tickets for $500. It's going to cost me $500. It's $1,000 trip. That's how much a trip costs. Your opportunity cost is he's going to leave work for a week, or he closes down the restaurant. What does he lose from closing the restaurant, and add that to the cost of the trip? So the trip may cost $2,000 now because the store is closed and he spent $1,000.
But what if your gains aren't from the money, but it's from the experience of the trip?
Well, that doesn't correlate to opportunity cost. That correlates to quality of life.
Yes,
and
but
the way you live.
Okay,
but
well then you take that in. Now everyone's going to take that into consideration. It's good.
Well, I think that's one of the 4 things I remember from college and business classes that I still think about every day is if I don't go into work today, what am I paying somebody out? And that's the money that I'm losing on top of what I'd be making at the same time.
But you can't really put a cost on your health and your stress and your sanity.
Yeah,
that's quality of life.
Of course.
Nikos, we've already discussed that.
Oh,
and that's when the profit comes in too. You're like, how important are the profits and my quality of life? And where's that balance? Am I focusing on the profits, and am I, just not focusing on my quality of life or health or whatever it may be?
Well, I think if you already have it in your mind that you're going on this trip, it's well needed, or you're just terrible at budgeting, right? If it's well needed, you don't care about how much double it's going to cost, because it's a mental thing, I think, at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
And I think everybody has to be mentally all right.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Well,
of course.
Let me throw
no one
something
should
out
be
there.
fully mentally okay.
He's going to throw something out there.
Well, you're saying about
Curious.
the, what you call it? Opportunity cost?
Opportunity cost.
So what if you have like a $2.3 million a year store as opposed to a $120,000 a year store? Do you think that at the $2.3 million, it really matters if you're taking a week off as opposed to $120,000?
Depends how important your time is.
At
Correct,
that point,
but-
don't you think at that point, you're running very smoothly, that you don't have just a solo act anymore. You have a team. A team's going to run and carry
Correct.
you.
Are we talking specifically for a restaurant or just any business?
Well, any business in general. Do you think that the person that wants to take off would be inclined to if their business wasn't so profitable?
Well, you said somebody has a let's say $2 million
it could be
company,
anything,
and you
yeah.
want to take off, right? If you're a sales company, right, and you're making your money off the proceeds, you have one big client, and that client is 1.8 million of your 2 million in sales, and you're needed on a day-to-day or week-to-week basis for that company. Are you going to take a 2-week vacation?
Well, this is what it falls down to, right? How
Right?
important
It's
is your health
so
or stress?
different in-
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you can at that point
Well,
for
you
that.
can do whatever you want if you're in.
Well,
boss,
I mean,
but-
you can do whatever you want, but you're not going
But
to.
is it worth it?
You're not going to
lose?
be in it for
Yeah.
the long run.
Yeah, I think
it's-
I think we're kind of getting towards it's not just anyone, because it's not like a server at that. Not that they're not important, but it's not like the person in the back who's ordering, who's doing the picking up, who has to run around. I think it's a bit different. So are we talking about strictly business owners or anyone in general?
I think he was talking about business owners because you were going to close
Yeah,
down.
I thought
and do
so.
your thing.
But I was just making sure.
Yeah, I mean, it works for just workers as well, or employees. But I was speaking on the behalf of just being business owners, and
yeah, I think
the quality of life
that's
and
a
the
huge
balance.
difference of if you are one of the key players and most of the time has to be on you,
Yeah.
then you wait.
then you have to.
You have to. You have
Yeah.
to. You have to understand how to be uncomfortable at that point.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of opening.
Yeah.
Being okay with.
Yeah,
And I'm
Constant
used to
change.
being uncomfortable around you, so I'm
Oh
good.
my goodness.
I
love you.
How's your
I know.
comfort level from opening year to where you are now?
Changing little things like putting both sides of the waiver onto one side, but smaller, makes a huge difference. So little things I've changed around, and that's such a silly thing, but it's a huge thing. It makes it like way, way easier. So the comfort level is, I just frolic around the shop on my board. And when people come in, I take my time with everyone. And before I was just running around,
But- Louie's there every day.
Every day.
Anybody walks into that store, if the open sign is up, Louie's there.
Well,
no
it's
ifs, ands,
only
or
you
buts.
too, right?
That's just me.
You don't have any employees.
No, my buddy Matt just recently does everything I do. He used to run a shop.
Matt who?
Matt Hernandez.
Shout out
Oh,
to Matt.
I told him I was leaving. He's like, oh yeah, that's cool. Go have fun. And I was like, yeah, it's good. It'll be fun. But shout out. He probably won't see this.
He will see this.
Well,
He will see this.
You better make sure he does see this.
I'm going to say you were shouted out. Hello, Matt. Hernandez. Yeah.
So yeah,
yeah.
transitioning. I mean, obviously you learned a lot over the years, but
Yeah.
how about somebody going to open a business? Do you have one piece of advice to give them?
You guys have, I think you guys don't realize, but you've played a big role. I've always been some sort of like, I just start my own business. I want to do that. I always just want to be my own boss. But to see you guys taking chances, the one thing I think I told Yanni the other day, I came here and I said, marketing. I never put money into marketing because you guys never did. I did one time and I got 1% back. And then I realized that's not me. And it's just word of mouth.
Yeah.
It's where the
Word of
loyalty
mouth
But you
goes
comes.
tried
a
it.
long way. You know
What did you say?
What?
What did you say?
What
Who,
did
you?
I say?
Me?
Yeah. You said
You?
it in a really high pitched, soft voice, and I wasn't sure what you said.
I think I
how he
said, you know
talks.
what? We'll have to rewind it later and look at it. But yeah,
no
not
idea.
putting any money into marketing is word of mouth.
It
It's
takes
like
a
the
little
best.
bit.
It's the best.
Especially because lockdown happened and like people didn't want to go out, and then you were building up a business, and then it just not collapses, but customer collapses because they don't want to go near anyone. Or
Yeah.
well, if you're striking up word of mouth and that spreads, it's like Tesla. Tesla doesn't advertise at all. Zero.
Is that a
Zero.
shout out to Tesla?
Shout out.
Sponsorship.
We want some shirts.
We
and
love
hats.
you, Elon.
SpaceX.
Cars. But yeah, no,
That's a
it's
thing.
the best way is George's Place, the original one that opened up on the beachfront. It was all word of mouth. I think the first time we marketed was a local newspaper, Exit Zero, and Cool Cape May, and they started, and we wanted to support them.
Oh, we still
Does it-
support them. till
We
this
still
day.
do, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that was the only thing that I can possibly remember. It was just for our little town.
Yeah, I think,
But-
you know what? I do think the place plays a big part because I'm off the beaten path, on the bike path,
Your location.
next to campgrounds, and you guys have walking traffic. You guys have a little more, there's a lot more at risk, I think, for you guys because you guys are busy constantly. So you got to put more effort out, more money out, more of this out. But you're in a prime location, so it pays off and it just trickles up the ladder together. It's different for me because I don't have walking traffic, you know? People hear about me and then they tell some other people and then it goes on, you know? And then some people don't come back for the summer, so you lose that. I think it's placement. I've always wanted to shop in Cape May, but
But at the
there's
same
a
time,
lot of people. I'm the
you
only
still
one.
could.
you own the property.
Yeah, I'm the only one too, in the area. Like the only bike shop. Shore Bike, they were awesome. I don't know where they are now.
I dropped my bikes off to him. Actually, he picked them up
I
for
did
me,
pick
and I
them up.
appreciate it.
Oh,
And they're
you
still there
pick
now,
up?
so
That's great.
Yeah.
I thank you for storing them for the past couple
Yeah,
of
I
weeks. I
get
appreciate that.
whenever you want to drop them off, go ahead. I know you picked them up and all, but you know,
They don't fit in
on
my
your
car,
time.
so-
No problem. And
But,
fall, okay?
Well,
right.
let me. I'm sorry. Real
Go.
quick. So you worked in the restaurant field with us, and then you branched off and did something non-restaurant related, right?
I think only
Right.
for a little bit. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because what you're doing is not part of the restaurant culture.
No. Yeah.
Would you ever like? I remember back in the day talking to you. You wanted to open up a restaurant. Is that still somewhere in the back of your head, or
Absolutely not.
okay?
No
Cool.
way.
Cool.
I've learned over the past like couple years, you ask anyone, you guys don't hear from me. Doesn't mean I don't love you. You know what I mean? A lot of my friends that I have, I just don't, I see them when I see them.
Not understanding where you're going with that. So you don't want a restaurant
I don't want a restaurant.
because you don't see your friends.
No, I
You still won't see your friends if you get one.
yeah, you know
that?
what? Until you just said that, I was on a roll there for a second and I thought I knew what I was talking about until, go on. No, I don't want to open up a restaurant. Why? Food. I remember just not loving how I felt after the day at a restaurant.
Because of the people.
No, just smelling like food. No, the people, I never cared how the people thought about me. I think that's why I worked so well at every restaurant that I
True
was
story.
at. I never did the hoity-toity thing. I said, what's going on? Like, you know, it's not about that. I think it's the food smelling like food.
All right.
Honestly, I never liked that. It's like smelling like cigarettes going into a bar.
All right. I just wanted to find out because you talked
don't
about
wanna
it once
open
and
up
things
a
have
business.
changed. So,
Well,
all right.
I
That's
think
restaurant.
just to kind of bring it all together,
and-
I guess.
Yeah.
Bring all that together.
Bring all
that's
that
gonna be a
together.
tough one. Go ahead.
So, profit, is that the only thing that matters?
No, quality of life, I
Yeah.
think, is starting to trickle in on the higher side these days.
As long as you make enough to pay the bills and grow little by little. It's not going to be exponential right
Yeah.
off the bat, but as long as there's a little growth and sanity and quality of life and health,
Yeah.
I think,
agree.
Some people are for fortune and glory. Like my old
Restaurants,
friend Indy used to say.
bikes, design, whatever industry you're in.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm Pete.
Hi, Pete. Nikos,
Hi, Nikos. Louie, it was a pleasure. Thank
was
you for
fun.
coming on
thanks
today.
for being here, man.
I thought we were ending with it.
we're out.
Till next time. You do look quite lovely today. I'm not going to lie.
Oh my goodness.
What you got? What do you want?